Howdy hi. I thought I'd do a quick video on inspecting, cleaning, treating mattresses. Just the principles. When I tell people to check, those are the same areas I'd be telling you to vacuum or perhaps to steam if you've got a decent steamer. And it's also the same place you're going to be applying the product. Bed bugs have habits and places they really like, and on mattresses it's often the same places we find them again and again. And the same with bed frames. On wooden beds, the ends of the slats underneath the wooden slats, divan beds, around the edges of the fabric underneath, where the headboard attaches to the bed. So they're always similar protocols. So today I haven't done one on mattresses, so I thought I'd do it. So if you were doing it at home, your mattress would probably be on your bed first. So the easiest thing to do is strip your bedding off, and inspect all of the areas of the mattress where you can see. And when I say inspect, let me pick this up. Here we go. Right. Okay. So we've got a pretty standard mattress here. It's pretty normal. You can see there is nothing on the main area of the mattress. You can literally see there's nothing there. But what we're going to be checking are these little, she says, trying to get it, these seams. Okay. These little embellishments all the way along. You're going to peel them back. You're going to look there. You're going to vacuum there if you think you need to. Now, of course, I was a bit daft when I bought this mattress. Most mattresses only have sort of like one sort of upward section, sort of one main bit. Of course, I got myself a posh one with an extra paddy top on the top. So there are extra areas to check. So you're going to go around all of this seam on the front first. Then you're going to go all around this next seam here. Okay, you're peeling it back. You're looking in there. If you're vacuuming in there as well. But you're just having a good look. Now, quite often, we find things on our mattresses. So, while I took this off this morning, had a little bit of a panic. Thought, oh my God, there's something on my mattress. Let me see if I can find it now. Hold on, I'm just going to turn you down this way so I can show you what I'm looking at. So we've got a little area of discoloration here. To be honest, that's probably just grubby dirt. This was what I wanted to show you. Hang on. Let me bring you down. And we're going to come... Ooh, I very nearly pulled everything off the side. So, can you see here? There's a couple of little things there, little black marks. I hope these are coming through. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to pick it. Oh, it's loose. Okay, it's not a bed bug. Phew. And it's also not fecal trace, because you can't pick fecal trace off. Okay, so you're going to be checking over all of those seams, all the way around the mattress, all of the exposed edges. Then you flip it over the other way. Check the other side and everywhere. Turn it upside down. We're going to check underneath. I'm going to turn this round just because it's easier to show you applying the powder on a darker surface. So I'm just going to give this a quick turn round. Hopefully I don't knock anything over. It wouldn't be the first time. And so we made it. So, as you can see, the underside of this mattress happens to be grey with a nice white edge. So again, checking, vacuuming, steaming, applying your product. Okay, and this, when I'm talking product, I'm not talking crap you can buy off Amazon and stuff like that. I'm not talking your bed bug killer kit or anything like that. I'm specifically talking about chin checks. Okay, it is safe to use on your mattress if used correctly. Okay, same with DE, although I don't use DE anymore since I've got my chin checks. I used to use DE. It's applied in a very similar fashion. You apply with a brush to these areas that bed bugs like, and that way, yeah, sure, go there, bed bug, you're just gonna die. So what we do is, so again, you would be checking all around these fabric edges and seams and everything else. It takes a little bit of time. It is time consuming, but it's worth it, you know, because you're actually going to know what is going on. So, got my chin checks, got my little brush. These are the same brushes that you'd be getting in the home treatment kits when they come out. You can use them like, you know, you can apply over wider areas. I like to be a little bit more precise, a little bit more directed treatment. Nearly forgot my mask. Hold on. Glasses off, mask on. Over the crown. Really? Okay, that'll be a challenge. We'll do it. Oh, I haven't seen myself without glasses for some time. That's a bit of a shock. Okie dokie. Right, so we are going to put that over the crown. Hopefully you can still hear me quite clearly. I'm only going to be applying a small amount, so I'll be able to take it off in a little while. So I take my brush and I tend to squeeze it flat. Can you see that? So instead of it being sort of a rounded end, give it a little squish. And that gives you, as I say, it's a little bit more accurate. Pop it in the powder. We tap it off. You want, if that's too much, see? It's minuscule amounts of this stuff that you need, okay? And you're going to be applying it to those areas that the bed bugs love. So we're going to go all the way along this seam. And we're going to apply powder there. And it is that tiny, that small an amount. Okay, you don't need tons of this stuff. I'm wondering if you can see that clearly enough. Let me come a little bit closer. Get a little bit of a better angle. There we go. So I'm literally brushing that into that little seam. And trust me, the bed bugs will go there. And we're just going to repeat that all the way around. Once we've done the underneath, we're going to do this seam. Then we're going to do that seam. We're going to flip it. We're going to do this seam. And then we're going to do that seam. And then we're going to do the same on the top. We're going to repeat that in that area. You're applying the powder. You can then put your sheets back on as normal. I'm going to take my mask off just because I really use just a tiny amount there, and there isn't any in the air because I do use it very, very sparingly. But that's basically it. So it's about being slow, methodical, you know, starting in one corner, working your way round, all the way around that seam, and then starting on the next seam and working your way around. If your mattress has got buttons on, I'd apply some powder under and around those buttons. This one doesn't have those, so I can't actually show you. Neither does my sofa. My chair does. Let me bring this chair over. We're going to ignore the laundry that I just chucked on the floor, everybody. So this chair has got buttons. A bit like a mattress. Let's just bring that down there. There we go. Hopefully that won't just fall. And again, what we would do is you dip it in the powder. This has actually got some on from when I showed you the other day how to do armchairs and sofas. But it's just flicking it all the way around those buttons because they do like to tuck underneath. So if we can put the product there before they go there, that's what we want to do. So that's mattresses. I am working on finding somebody that doesn't mind me filming a wooden bed. I did divans in the hotel video that I did the other day. And yes, I am working on a wooden one. It's always the same. The process is check those areas, hoover those areas, steam if you've got a decent steamer. Most domestic steamers are not good enough. They don't get hot enough, and the pressure is too much, and it can blast bugs away. So I'm always a bit dubious about recommending steaming, but your vacuum cleaner is a very powerful tool. If you physically vacuum the bed bugs off your mattress and you dispose of the bag outside, you've removed those bed bugs. They're gone. They're gone. They can't bite you anymore. They can't carry on breeding. They can't lay any more eggs. So it's always the same areas. Seams, buttons, labels. This one doesn't actually have a label on it. Always the same areas that you check, that you clean, that you treat. Okay, so try and remember those simple things. Seams, buttons, piping, zips, embellishments. Check those areas. Open areas where you can, like the front of the mattress, like I showed you at the beginning, there's nothing on there. You don't need to be going, you know, inch by inch over the entire surface of the mattress. Just those little places where they can tuck in and hide. Anyway, hope that's been helpful. Like, share, follow the Bedbug Queen, and we'll get you through this journey together.